Hello YouTube, another morning session. So today the clocks went back by 1 hour. So last night I was trying to work out what time it would be in the morning, how much sleep I need or want, and do I do training in the morning? So I was thinking last night maybe that I didn't do a training session on Saturday. I was thinking maybe when I finish work and get home at night, do I do a training session on Saturday night and then do something again on Sunday morning? Then I thought, well, I wasn't really in the mood for doing cardio. I thought maybe do some weights, half an hour of some weights or some core work or something. Especially now in Wales, all the gyms are closed. I thought make the most of the equipment I've got because everyone else can't do it, so I might as well do it. But instead I decided of having a rest night, so I did nothing yesterday. And then I went to bed at about 12 or 1, I can't remember what time I fell asleep. But then the clocks changed at 2. So then I was thinking, if I go to bed at normal time and have a normal 6 hours sleep and I wake up in the morning, I normally train from 6 till 7, but I have a bonus hour, it'll actually be 5. So I thought, do I do like 2-hour session and make the most of the extra hour? But in the end, what happened was, I watched the film last night, so I didn't train, had the rest, went to sleep. I didn't actually set my alarm properly. So I'm hoping that the clocks have changed automatically. I think they do on the phone, but I don't know if they do on my watch or not. I'm sure they do. And then today's training session is just an optional 45-minute session on the Zwift. So it's not that too hard. So I think I did oversleep a little bit. So if it had been a normal hour session, I would have done it today because I would have been late for getting ready for work. So it's only a 45-minute session. It's quite easy as well. Alternating between 3 minutes and 2 minutes work times, 190 high, 140 low, so that's alright. Only bad thing is, as it's winter now, I left the thermostat for the radiators was on last night. There's a radiator down beside me, which has been on all night. The room's quite hot, so it's a bit warm in here. So I'm going to have to open up the window and turn the fan on soon. But apart from that, I've made it on the bike, so another training session in the bag. Only 45 minutes, but it all counts. My body weight this morning so far is 181, and we're an hour behind in the day, so 181. It's only a 45-minute bike ride, so I'm not going to sweat a lot in 45 minutes. But possibly 180 by the time I get ready for work. So I'm onto my diet again. So about 1,200 calories yesterday. So it's supposed to be, I think, 8 grams of protein. I was originally having 50 grams of carbs, but now it's 80 grams of carbs, because it's 50 grams of sugar per day. Not of sugar, of carbs, that's sugars. So you take away the total carbs, you take away from that the amount of fibre in the food, and then that leaves what sugars. And then fats, I think it's 55 or 60, can't remember exactly, per day of fats. But that's easy to get to the fat. All you can do is eat some nuts, peanut butter, mackerel, coconut oil. You can have a coconut protein drink. You can easily get your fats. Protein, if I have protein drinks, I can easily get my protein in, but then that's got quite high carbs in them. So unless I'm eating a lot of chicken, it's quite hard to get your protein in while keeping your fat and your carbs on target. That's the only hard thing, to balance all three. But I can't talk about it right now because I've only got 6 minutes left in warm up. But there's still that audio book that I'm listening to. It's taken longer than it should have done. I haven't done a lot of listening in the last month, and I usually listen to it in bed, so I'm having to repeat it because I keep falling asleep. But it's a very good book. It's all talking about mainly paleo and low carb, high fat diet, and it's a real long book as well, so it's taking a long time. And I should have made some notes earlier on because I want to talk about it, but I don't feel like I know in depth enough to talk about it scientifically. I can talk about it generally, but people, if you don't know the facts, people will argue about it. But if you know more in depth, people won't argue. But it says about protein, you shouldn't have high protein. So years ago, as a bodybuilder, I used to go off the 1.9 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. 1.9. And a lot of bodybuilders are having 2 point something per pound of body weight. So they were having double what I was having, and I was having. So if I was having 200 grams, they were having like 400 grams. But it says 1.9. Yeah, that's too much. It says 0.6 per kilogram. Or if you're an athlete, 0.8. So it's like way half. But it explains why you don't need so much protein. And I sort of knew it anyway. That's why I did it myself. But if you have loads of protein going in and loads of carbs going in, the body will use carbs as energy. If you then reduce the amount of carbs going in, the body thinks, oh, I haven't got enough carbs. It's got the choice then of either using protein as energy or fat as energy. And the protein is easier to make energy out of than fat is. So the body's lazy. So the body chooses the protein. So it'll break the protein down, turn that into energy. And it'll also break down muscles and turn that into energy. So one, it's a waste of money because you're eating protein that's never going to get to where you want it to go. And also, actually, whatever muscle you have got is actually going to waste away because your body's eating itself. So then you're in a losing battle then, so you eat more protein because you think you're losing weight, but then the more protein it's got, the body will get used to making energy that way. So then you probably lose more weight, so then you eat more protein, and then you think, oh, I need more protein. Before you know it, you're eating loads and loads of protein, and then you think that you're losing weight, you need to carb up, so you eat more and more carbs. Eventually, some of them carbs and proteins are going to get stored as fat because you're probably not actually burning them calories off. So that's why you see a lot of young lads who are getting bigger, but they're getting quite chunky and fat, and they call it, oh, it's bulking season. No, you're just fat. Because I never got fat when I bulked or water retention. I still have muscle. So what you want to do is also reduce your protein, reduce your carbs, probably for 3 weeks. Your body's going to struggle because it wants carbs, but after a while, as long as you feed yourself a high source of fat every day, so nuts, peanuts, butter, coconut oil, and healthy fats, the body thinks, I haven't got any carbs, I don't want to break the body down, but I have got a good source of fat coming in, and I've got thousands of calories of it on my body already, so I'll start using that. And as long as you drip feed yourself a bit of fat every day, but then the body knows then that it's got enough. So I do fasted cardio in the morning, so I've had no carbs or any food actually since yesterday. So this morning I'm as lowest energy as possible in the day. So my liver probably is full of carbs and my blood sugar is full of carbs, but as soon as that's gone, my belly's empty, and hopefully I should dip into fat burning, and then for a few hours of the day I can manage not to eat and I'll still be into fat burning because I've got no carbs. So the body will try to replace the carbs it's used, but it hasn't eaten any, so it'll turn fat into carbs to store it. Then throughout the day I'll have my 50 grams of sugar. You need a bit of carbs to function. Your brain needs carbs to think and stuff. But fat burning, eat fat, don't eat carbs, and reduce your protein. So yeah, my body weight probably be 180 by the time I finish this bike ride. But I'm aiming for 168. I'll push the goals to the new year. Actually no, I'll say before Christmas, because I'm bound to cheat over Christmas. So I'll say before Christmas. Okay, so yeah, it's getting quite hot now. I'll turn the fan on and I'll see you later.